Welcome to Casual Quest Masters, a casual Master Quest podcast. In this podcast, we'll follow the adventures of a group of characters who simply want to find their way in this world, but a more sinister plot is evolving around them. How will they fare? Let's find out today on Casual Master Quest.
Get your dice ready because we're back for another session of Casual Quest Masters. Welcome to our own Faerun, everybody. Faerun. Representing Neverwinter is Nikhil Chodimela. And Tyler Vidito is Nox.
Oh man, that's right. I was prepared for you to go first. Ha! Ha! Oh shit. Drow boss for a hire, but then set shit on fire. I didn't think of a pun.
That was good.
I did blow a guy's head off though, so it works out.
And yours truly, Brandon Thresher. I play Magdohr Brandiron, whose clothes are a little dirty, so he's looking for some Arm & Hammer.
That got me the chuckle.
All right.
That was good.
And last but certainly not least, the all-powerful god of gods, Glenn Houston.
Hello.
That's our god of gods, people.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh shit, here we go.
How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good. Just the way you did that reminds me of, have you seen the popular anime called Dragon Ball Super?
Yes, I have.
There's the god of the universe, that little tiny squirt thing that can just obliterate anything. Yeah. That's what you sounded like, and you scared the shit out of me. I'm like, oh.
Pretty explosions.
Can you imagine if that's Osmodeus right there? Oh, Glenn's giving me a look.
Just this terrifying looking devil, but he has that voice.
It's Mr. Osmodeus. How you guys doing? Come here, Chris.
Bar to the death, please.
I'd like to run this by you real quick, Glenn. So I did the intro here, so Tyler's got to do the recap, right?
I mean, I think we still roll for that. Tyler does the intro normally, so.
I gotta say, I do the recap every... Oh, not the recap.
Right. Do we want higher or lower?
Bapperson rules, my man. Whoever gets the higher wins. Wins loosely is a term, but you still win.
Whoever gets the higher gets to do it.
20, you get the pick. If you get a 1, then you have to do it.
All right.
And the 20 does extend over to Glenn if he if the D20 rules it, but he can also.
Ah, shit.
I feel like Ty goes to the runner.
What a load of crock. So, Brandon, what did you roll?
I rolled a 15.
And I rolled a D20 and I got a 20. So, speak of the devil, Glenn, you look great today, first off.
Great.
Please don't kill me for this. Could you do the intro?
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay, cool.
Do you have our link?
I mean, I've got my own recap.
Oh,
shit.
Ooh, we get the DM recap.
I write
Let me
basic
just
recaps.
delete mine then, so I can type the spark notes of yours.
Last week on Ready to Roll, Nick didn't show up, so we didn't play.
We did League of Legends. Damn.
No, Nick wasn't there, but I do have. I write recaps to make sure I remind myself of everything you've done. It won't be as detailed as yours because you guys do a much better job of remembering everything that you did. I just see things in a larger picture than you do.
Just kind of blanks out and lets us do our own thing.
Yep. Okay.
Last time on Ready to Roll, the guys fought off some pirates in the forest who were in the forest for some reason and not on a boat.
Pirates.
They were wearing a lot of seafaring clothes, so I thought it was obvious, but apparently it wasn't.
And a hook.
Then, eventually, after a very difficult and long, prolonged fight where several of them went down and felt like charbroiled burgers more than human beings afterwards,
That was you.
That was you, Knox.
Found their... That's you, not. Here's looking at you, kid.
Found their way into Luskin, where they got a room at the Seven Sails Inn. A really, really fancy place where they paid most of their money to stay. Then they went to sleep. It was a lovely night. Magdohr fell asleep near the fire on the hearth. Bowl on the couch, giving up the larger king-size four-poster bed to his beat-up companion, Knox.
And that's where we pick it up, right?
Yeah, that's probably the version that you want us to do, but we go in, like, gory detail on every single thing. And you're like, I could have done the 45-second. Or the 3-minute version where we pause between each bullet point to breathe.
I'd also like to point out that you called us ready to roll twice now.
Did I really?
In both your intro starts.
That's my brain just connecting things that I love together.
Glenn, I got homework for you.
It's what is it called? It's called the Freudian slip.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, I think of you guys like ready to
roll
now.
Neo.
Ready to
We're that one Yu-Gi-Oh season that nobody likes, but we try to be hip.
It's time to duel.
He's having a stroke.
Oh my gosh, this is the holiday edition of Casual Questmasters, isn't it?
Don't think you could slip that by me, Glenn.
What's that?
Slip what by you? I said,
That's the holiday edition of almost.
Are you ready to really enjoy
play Casual Questmasters? Are you ready to roll dice with Casual Questmasters?
Glenn, it's like when you shout out your ex's name in sex, and it really goes to show.
You know, I can't say I've ever done that.
I can't either.
Ty! Who? Oh, I was shouting.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
We're going back to
this
high
is
school.
your life of pie here, buddy.
Sorry.
Is that your sleeping noise?
That's your tiger in a boat, man.
That's my let's keep moving because this is awkward.
Moving.
So Magdohr's going to be asleep because he doesn't have his usual alarm clock.
Yeah, you got some time. I mean, you know that this town is interesting and you have a lot to explore, and you got to try and find Sipsian, but nothing specific that's going to wake you up.
Whew. I think out of instinct, Knox would probably wake up at whatever is like 8 hours and 2 minutes into his rest. He would raise up, just like, just because they know the moment they get up, Vol's gonna be ready to go as soon as they get their rest. Let's get some food and then go. So I kind of raise up, hair still on fringe, and I look around and I'm gonna look over at where Vol is on the couch.
Yeah, he's his blanket has been thrown over the side as if he's gotten up already. You know that he sleeps in his basic armor. He doesn't keep, like, his weapon will be next to him, but he doesn't, like, sleep with every bit of weaponry all attached to him. And weirdly enough, it's all still there, but he is not, including his bag. Like, his bag is there. His sword, specifically the nice short sword that he kind of like holds on to because it's familial for him, is not there. But the rest of his weaponry and gear is all there. And you do see Magdohr, and you pan over, laying on the hearth.
I blinked twice.
Yeah, you're not seeing things. Absolutely not.
I blink a third time. I'll blink over at Magdohr, see if I can't blink him awake. And I'm guessing, do I blink him awake?
Oh no, yeah, he doesn't have passive perception because he doesn't have trance.
I feel like you need like a passive perception of 30, just like...
I'm gonna roll a dice, see if you blink me awake.
I butterfly kiss him on the cheeks.
Yeah, you blink me awake. He's kind of...
But it's not because of the blinking. You just...
If not, I can cast message.
There you go. Yeah, you can.
I feel like someone's blinking at me.
You just hear in your head, blank, blank, blink.
What do you...
Blink.
It's too early for this. What do you want?
Blink. I can say blink about 19 more times before the spell ends. So blink. Oh shit! I used more words. Oh shit! Oh shit! Then the spell cancels out because I used all the words.
I'm gonna turn over and not even get up. Just kind of look over. Like, it's too early for this. I've had a long night of drinking and fighting. What do you want?
He says that. I'm gonna do a quick look around. Do I still see the dagger? Is it sitting in the dresser where I probably would have stuffed it in the corner or anything like that?
It is still sitting there.
I breathe a deep sigh of relief because I show my priorities. And I'll go over to his stuff and I'll see if they're Magdohr. Big boy's gone.
It's early. He probably went out for some breakfast. He didn't eat last night when we got in.
Is his money still there, perchance? Like you said, his
think
bag
he spent
is
it
there.
all.
I apologize profusely. All of his shit is gone.
Oh, he's gone. Like, okay,
it's all gone.
Then I watch as it gets dusted by Thanos. Turns out, instead of his half, like it picked between him and me, and it just picked all of him. And I just go, I guess he just went out. That bitch, he went without us.
At this point, I'm kind of standing up and taking stock of my stuff. I look over, and you're in your changeling form, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
You haven't tried, like, can you please put some clothes on?
Yeah, that's right. I'm still stark naked, ain't I? Like, I'm like hands on hip, Peter Pan, looking at the couch, going, "He left us." Can you believe that?
He probably thought you needed some rest. After all, he almost died.
Yeah, what about
15
you, though?
times.
I'm sorry, I
I'm
don't
still
speak
waking
Dwarven.
up.
Yes, I do. What was that again?
Goliath knows not to wake sleeping dwarfs.
You see Nox open his mouth as he turns to look at you, close it, open it again, and then close and goes, And I'm gonna go, yeah.
I was gonna say, what do you say we follow him down and get some breakfast for ourselves?
I am hungry. I'm still skin and bones. I need my caloric intake so I can cast more murder spells.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna walk out to the hallway, I guess? I don't know. For the hotel, the inn. And,
oh, yeah, there's a hallway leading to a stairwell that goes downstairs.
Right, and then head down the stairs. I don't really look back and see if Nox followed. I already got their confirmation, so I'm going.
Doing that early morning, like,
yeah,
completely tunnel vision shuffle. You, like, need your food and coffee, sort of thing.
I think it would take a few minutes for me to don my armor, aka my robes and just little frittery stuff. Is Krosov in the room with me right now? Krosov, my beloved pet crow.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he stays
Ballin.
there.
My feathery boy. You. Okay, and
I'm surprised his name isn't like Corviknight or something.
now you got me thinking. After that's his brother. I'll summon him later once he gets pegged with an arrow. Nothing else, okay. Please, you dirty boy. Anyways, oh man. Anyways, yeah. I guess. Sorry, Nox would turn into their halfling form or half elf. Oh gosh, one day my Freudian slip. Guess what I want to be, and fluff myself up by dusting my clothes, Glenn. Quit giving me the look like everything's dirty as I fuck the crow. I mean, put the crow on my shoulder. Are you happy?
Which shoulder are we talking about?
Left or right?
I'll look up at Chris and go, all right, you're the big boy. Let's tackle the day. Today's gonna be a great day. And I guess I'll follow suit with Magdohr.
Yeah, sweet. So Magdohr, probably about a minute after you, follows your friend with a crow on his shoulder. But you come downstairs and there's still that same friendly face, cordial yet friendly face at the front desk, just to the right of the stairwell that leads upstairs, directly in front of the double doors. So when you walk downstairs, you see the double doors, and to your right, the front desk of this area, with that elven man who is so kind and helpful. And then the door that leads into what you assume is like the eatery just past him.
So it's the same person you said? All right, so I gotta get this out. I've worked at a hotel for too long, so I'm gonna go look at him and be like, "Oh, here all night. Do you ever sleep?"
Oh, that was my brother.
Oh,
he works the days, I work the night, or I work the days, he works the nights. You know.
And I'm just gonna turn around and walk into the eatery.
And then so you kind of like follow past the front desk in through the doors that lead into where you remember the bar to be. And there's a bar, and the tables are all set out this time, but you can smell, the smell of fresh breakfast. It smells like some potatoes and eggs, and it smells like they have several. It's kind of like buffet style.
I'm gonna
right here. They've got it set out in a nice fashion. Where you can get your own plate and
hell yeah,
I'm gonna
sit down.
Gonna look around and see if I see Vol sitting at a table.
You do not see Vol. You see, you probably see like out of the 10 or 11 tables, like 4 or 5 of them are taken. You can tell it's probably not early, but it's late enough that not everyone's up, or early enough that not everyone's up in the hotel.
All right. I'm gonna.
But yeah, Vol doesn't seem to be down here.
I'm gonna grab a plate then and start stocking it up.
Sweet. Everything you want, man. They even have this really cool, because you're a man of the iron.
Dwarf of iron.
Like you love working with, you're a dwarf of iron, and you like using things that make things hot so you can meld them. And they have this really cool sort of like clamp that closes down on a bread batter and creates this like honeycomb circular shaped bread thing, and you put maple syrup on it.
Can you imagine Magdohr using his channeled divinity to turn his like a bunch of spoons into a giant spoon for himself?
Or like a waffle iron.
I think at this point Nox would enter the main lobby of the hotel, and they would go up to what looks like the same person to him, going, "Oh, you worked all night. Do you ever sleep?"
And he points at his name tag. He goes, "That was my brother."
"Oh. Have you seen a Goliath walking by?"
No, I've only been here since shortly before sunset, but...
So nothing like of him checking out or anything like that? I guess he wouldn't check out.
What was his name? And he says, "What room were you in?"
That's a very good question. I was in this room here.
13B.
13B.
Oh, so we have Vol, Valnugoni, Magdohr, Bandian, and Nox. You are?
I get the firebolt ready when they say my name. Like, I'm who?
I'm sorry, what did you tell them?
I don't think I said anything.
They would have had to have you sign in, so they would have had to have something. So
I probably would have told them fucking Mary again.
There we go.
I put the fireball out.
And Mary.
I'm sorry.
Great.
It's early.
And you are... Forgive me, you are Mary?
Yes,
Can I ask you? And you are looking for Magdohr or Vol? Which one of those are you?
The Vol. Val Nugoni. Val Nightworker. Valu Nugoni Salami. I had a word there. I don't remember which one.
He is still listed as staying here. He is not checked out. If he is left, it's possible. There is plenty to do in the city. I would say it was unwise if he's not from here to be by himself. Certain neighborhoods are not the safest, but if he's a Goliath, he should be able to handle himself.
Did you see Magdohr? I'm assuming he went for the food.
Tired-looking, sort of short dwarf man.
I mean,
actually quite tall for a dwarf, but
sure, yes.
I believe he is right in there, and there is a buffet-style breakfast if you'd like to help yourself.
Nox is like starting to get a little bit worried, but they hear the word buffet and kind of go, all you can eat?
Yes, of course. Because you are among those who have paid for that and included in your suite.
Eyes bulge a little bit and go, okay. And prance towards this room of like what sounds like Heaven's Gate at this point. Like Paylor himself must be serving this food for it to be all you can eat.
Are you in the room then now?
Yeah, I burst in the room and I shout, "Hello, middle class!"
And as soon as I see them burst into the room, I'm gonna be like,
"Inspiration point."
As soon as they bust in the room, I'm gonna turn over to them like, I didn't find Volt, but it's all you can eat, Nox. And I'm just gonna yell,
all
Nox,
you can eat. It's okay.
It's all you can eat. I'm on my third waffle.
There's waffles?
A waffle. I think it's called waffle.
A waffle. Is that like
there's an L.
I'm more of a pankaki person, but I'll take a waffle.
Is that with all the guys?
It's more flat, but it's boring. Waffles are the way to go, you know? Is there a waffly mocker?
And all you can eat sausage.
Sausage. I haven't eaten sausage before. And like I kind of like sniff in the air and like, do I smell sausage?
Oh yeah, maple and sausage.
I can't cast levitate.
A bit of bacon.
But my feet nearly leave the ground as like I Looney Tunes style teeter on my toes towards it, and like, oh, big eyes on Nox. And
literally?
Yeah, you see anime eyes transform on Nox as they're gonna try to take as much sausage as humanly possible, or I guess as changingly possible. They're gonna grab a plate and try to grab nothing but sausage. How much sausage do I get, Glenn?
There are links and patties.
Oh shit.
So
looks at the camera, goes, why not both?
¿Por qué no los dos? You can have, the way that you're gonna be able to get the most out of it is to get the patties, because they can stack easier. Okay. You could probably get like, I don't know, 6 stacks of about 8, so 48 sausage patties.
I do it. I have 48 sausage patties, and I walk over to the table, looking like a dog on the brink of starvation, and Scooby's about to get a Scooby snack.
Like seriously, Scoob, that's a lot of sausage patties.
Sausages.
Is there a hostess or a tender nearby?
There is, you can see a couple staff members kind of moving about. They're not tending specifically to what you would need, as they do also have like a drink area set up for you to come up and, you know, fill a drink for yourself. But they are maintaining both the buffet and the set of drinks, and are answering questions if needed to. And when they see this plate, you see one of them go, and then they just like walk to the back, and then you hear, "We need more sausages!"
Making a double order. I'm eating the whole pig.
So I'm gonna go over to the drinks and see what they have offered.
Yeah, there's several different types of juices. They have some teas, obviously water. There's a little bit, it does have a little sign that says alcohol available upon request.
Oi! Where can I find someone?
Just like bang on the counter and you, as you're kind of looking for somebody, that same person comes back out of the kitchen and they're like, "How can I help you, sir?"
I need my morning ale. Any
specific brand or flavor?
What
or any ale?
What you got?
We kind of have something from a little bit of everything, depending on what your taste favors. But there's a neutral one. But I honestly prefer earlier in the day. For I don't usually drink in the morning, but if I do, there's a really good mead that fits the bill because it's a little sweeter.
Can I cast message and say, "Me too, me too."
To this person?
To Magdohr. I don't want to freak out the waitress.
I'm gonna kind of just shoo it away. But well, I was gonna say meads for weaklings, but get my friend one here, and get me some dragon's breath.
Oh, so you're looking for a little bit of a stronger start to your day.
The only way to start the day.
All right, a dragon's breath, and we'll get you that honeycomb mead. And they kind of say anything else before I go back.
And I just kind of scoff and walk off. And you hear me mumbling, "Mead in the morning. What kind of crazy place is this?"
Len, tell me what I need to roll for this, if possible. I'd like to do something from the hit 1999's film The Mummy by Stephen Sommers, where one of the guards, when shouting at the adventurers, unhinges his jaw unnaturally so thanks to the power of CGI, and then try to eat one of these stacks of sausages whole. Like, I'm gonna reconstruct my entire, the moment he walks away and no one immediately sees me, I'm just gonna bulge my throat and just this is gory looking. I'm gonna try to gulp a whole stack of sausage.
I don't think you would have to try a roll to do this. The only thing is, there is about 5 or 6 tables of other people here. So that's the only thing I'll throw out, is if you want to do a stealth check.
Stealth check, huh?
You don't have to pay. Yeah, you don't have to roll to try and open your mouth big enough. Now, whether or not you can properly chew all of that may be a little bit of a tough.
I generate as many teeth as I need to. This looks frightening. I'm gonna commit to this. I'll try to do it stealthily, but honestly, I don't think it's feasibly possible. You could let me roll though if you want to see how bad it goes. Okay.
I will. I mean, in my mind, it's just kind of one of those things where you wait until they're focused on their food or looking away, and then you get the right angle and go,
okay,
that sort of thing. So, I mean, I think you could do it.
Regular or with disadvantage? I'll let you.
Nope.
Okay.
Just regular. If you're trying to be stealthy, this isn't any sort of passive, so there's intentionality. So it's not like you would just be look straight at them. Ha! You're gonna turn, get the right angle on it, and then do it at the right time.
Just rotating my head around. I'm like
Scooby-Doo
at a fancy banquet he's not supposed to be at, and he sees that foot tall high burger and just looks around and just. I rolled a 19 on stealth.
Oh yeah. One stack is gone.
Okay.
As mysteriously as it appears.
Did you do this after I started after the meat incident?
Yeah.
After
I guess
you
I
escort?
did. Yeah.
So I'm walking back, and I guess I'll see this, and I just kind of look at Doc to just kind of nod. All right.
Mad respect, bro.
The Chuck Norris Texan Ranger nod. Okay. Good job, Lone Ranger. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna try to eat 8. I believe it's 8 full patties all at once, just like a madman. And am I able to swallow that without any major issues, or?
After chewing it for a while, you kind of have to hamster it a little bit, get the bits off to the side that you can get can't chew, and then chew it inward and then swallow it.
You put teeth in your throat.
But
anyway,
I would say no, because you have to become a humanoid when you transform, and I don't think there are any humanoids with teeth in their throats. He's not a Sarlacc.
Maybe like a
a
very gifted Yanti, I guess, maybe, but like it's a boa.
It's like
I'd say it's a
down
boa
your throat.
constrictor, just with different rows of teeth that goes
elongate your neck.
Well, I'm gonna. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna sit back down and just kind of start eating my food, and in between mouthfuls, I'm gonna be like, well, no wonder we got up early for this. I don't think we're gonna have enough time.
Watch this as I go for the second stack. I'm not gonna do the whole thing again. That way we don't have to roll for every time. But I'm viciously tearing through this.
Can I try something?
We'll say you get at least like 3 or 4 when you're not like unhinging or doing it unnaturally.
I'm gonna pick up.
It's just a real big mouthful.
I'm gonna pick up one of the sausage patties. Open your mouth.
I think I would immediately reach for the fork the moment I see him reach for the food, but I don't think I'm quick enough.
It's one of my patties. It's one of my patties.
Okay.
Now one of yours. Don't worry.
You see sharp-looking teeth at the ready. I look like a horrific description of Kirby. Okay, I'm gonna try the chomp out of like it's a frisbee.
Are you trying to throw the patty in his mouth?
Right into his mouth. Right into their mouth.
Frisbee style, right? Okay. Yeah, this is just like a ranged, improvised attack, effectively. So it's gonna be dexterity and proficiency.
Gonna be what? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Dexterity and proficiency.
Dexterity. Right, that was the right roll, right?
Yes. Plus you add 2 to that. Like it's essentially like doing a saving throw for you at this point.
All right.
It's the same bonus.
I got a 7.
A 7? Yeah, you hit him right in the eye.
And I'm gonna try to like it slides down, and I'm gonna try to use the side of my mouth just to nick an edge of it.
Ooh. Yeah. Real quick. I want you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
You got it, dude. I got an 18.
Great. You avoid getting the hot grease in your eye. So it just lands on your closed eye, not goes into your open eye.
And not caring that he missed, because I'm used to him doing that when they're trying to attack me, I'm gonna bite into the edge of it and T-Rex style try to flip the sausage in the air and then catch it open mouth and just begin tearing at it.
Oh yeah. You're a monster.
You're a monster. This looks horrific.
People,
I'm loving this sausage. This is fantastic.
Oh.
People are definitely watching now.
You know what? Nox, kind of pause.
None of them are being hella judgy, but they are definitely watching.
Well, unfortunately, the voice of reason when it comes to food and drink is not in the group, so he is MIA. I think that as I go for another patty stack, and I'm like, wait, aren't we forgetting about something, Magdohr? Where's Full?
He probably ate and he's with Spark.
Okay, and then I turn to the stack because one of my character traits is once I trust somebody, I believe them to the point of gullibility. So I unfortunately would not question that logic. So I'm just gonna nod my head and say, "Oh yeah, he's cool." What's not cool is these hot sausages. Thank you, Jimmy Deans. And I'm going to tear into them. Glenn, how far do you think I can get into, what was it, 48 patties?
Because of your flexibility as an actual
I'm gonna look
living humanoid, you can look like a pregnant person if you want to, but it will, if you eat all of these, I'm going to impose a speed disadvantage. So you're going to lose speed for a couple hours just because, it's so hard to move comfortably. So it's not going to, have your speed, but you'll lose, 5 to 10 feet for a couple hours if you, off your base speed.
Do I commit to the bit?
Hashtag worth.
Here. because your character loves it, and I feel like you want to, but you're not sure if that would be good for your character. If you choose to commit to the bit, I will give you an inspiration point for doing it.
I should do what my character does, not what the player wants to do. I think they would go to it up until the point to where they realize that they are like physically hurting themselves. Like they wouldn't eat themselves to throw up, but because of as you said, the elasticity, things can keep going, and before you know it, I look like June.
Big old bang. And you have a 5. We'll say your speed is decreased by 5 for the next hour.
I can do 10. You know, hit me with your best shot.
Sure.
I'll do
waddling.
If you're down for it, 10 for the next hour.
Shaggy
and then in an hour
meal.
it'll decrease to 5. So for an hour it's 10, then the next hour it's 5, and then it'll go away as you process this food.
Like Magdohr, I think I ate too much sausage.
You know what I think? I think we haven't gotten our drinks yet.
Oh, while this was going on, you would have during this process he would have brought the food out for you, or the drinks out for you. So
right.
Sorry, I didn't say that. I was too invested in this bit to remember. But it absolutely happened. Yeah, you've got your drinks.
Okay.
Well, what do you think?
Got a honey mead to wash it down?
Should we go check on Spark and Vol then?
I get kicked. Okay. As I
you want
I
me
stand
carry
up.
You?
Be careful. The baby is 3 months.
I walk up to Nox, and I'm guessing height-wise, I'm probably at about her stomach. Your belly's bigger than mine.
Don't say that. It was worth it.
All right, come on. And I'm gonna grab Nox by the hand and just kind of drag them out.
Please, I can't walk that fast.
Oh, my movement speed's slow too. Don't worry. I'm a fucking dwarf.
Fair enough.
Well, right now, his movement is a little slower than yours. Just ever so narrowly, right? Because it's 20, right?
Mine's 25.
Yep,
His
yep.
20, yeah.
Yeah.
So
you guys want to head out to the stables, though?
Vol's out there.
Okay. Yeah. You know where they are just because, like, once they got the horse settled, they allowed you to kind of come see the stables. I know we didn't say it last night, but obviously you're not going to leave Sparkle Sparks without knowing where they are. And so you go back to where you know Sparkle Sparks is being kept and head to the stable. And, you know, there's a stable boy there, and he asks for, you know, to see your, like, you know, bands or whatever, because it's a separate building still nearby. Good. But he lets you in, and you can see Sparkle Sparks stable there, and she's.
Did I say, just for flavor, I took a single piece of the sausage patty and gave it over to Krosiv?
Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I want to treat. You know, he's my firstborn.
There you go. Yeah.
Do crows eat meat?
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think they're omnivores. Okay. Yeah, they eat meat and berries.
I mean, they're not super scavengers,
new.
but yeah, they'll do what they can. As I Google to confirm that I'm right.
Alright, so I'm gonna look around the stable and see if I can see Vol.
Yeah, no, it looks like when you walked up, Sparkle Sparks was in the middle of eating some hay and oats for breakfast. Had just finished off the trough that they set for them just outside, because they can fill it in between each one of the things, and there's like an individual bin for each horse that's being boarded. And Sparkle Sparks finishes it and kind of looks up at you and gives you a happy whinny. But Vol is nowhere to be seen.
I'm going to...
God. That's okay.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm going to turn towards the stable boy and say, hey, she been taken care of today?
Yeah, I gave her water, and they gave us the breakfast, the first meal, mixture. So I put it in there, and it looks like and he looks in, because he's kind of shortish. She's probably only 10 or 11. He goes, yeah, she ate it all, and he pats Sparkle Sparks on the muzzle, and she,
Did you see?
She likes to be pet, so she responds kindly.
Did you see a big man come by and take care of her?
No, I fed her.
Oh.
Nobody came by this morning.
Magdohr, I think he left. Who's gonna take care of the baby?
Crosive will.
Sausage
Crosive,
baby.
you're the father now. So I look up at the crow.
Oh,
Crosive, what do you mean you're gonna...
I'm the father.
I think I said, what do you mean you're gonna go get milk?
And then he goes, I'm the father, and you see him just shake his head and then fly away.
Oh, he had him for 2 episodes.
He stays on your shoulder. Just kind of gives you a curious look, because he understands being your familiar, what you're saying, but being the father of your child still kind of doesn't compute, so he's like,
who did I get summoned by?
Poor Crystal, he's like, I was a painter before this, and now,
I'm going to,
I was a famous musician in the Feywild, and you took me to be your sausage servant.
I'm going to turn to Nox.
I made a great popularity with the crows. I was trying to make a crow joke, sorry. I'm
going to turn to Nox.
Yes.
And be like, I don't know the best way to say this, but I think Vol might have left us.
I think my first response, and I hate to admit this, but I think the sausage would either not come out, but something would happen either out of the attic or the basement. Glenn, what would you like to happen?
Odds fart, evens burp.
Okay, I got an odds, so all that grease immediately hits Nox as I tense up and panic, and you just hear because I ate so much of the fucking pig that I like
your farts sound like a pig.
It lasts about maybe like 2 to 5 seconds. The first second, I immediately cast minor illusion to like play like a gong or something just to try to cover it up.
I look at Nox and
the kid just goes, nice.
Yeah,
I look at Nox and it's like, I was thinking the same thing. And I'm gonna cast what's it called here? Hold on.
This is the podcast when Nick isn't here. This is the podcast when Nick isn't here.
I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy and just fucking open all the windows.
Awesome. Yeah, all of the different... It's cool enough, too, that it's like, it's cool morning air, it's not hot or warm, and it is winter. So all of the horses whinny as a big gust of air comes through, and you don't even get a whiff of this fart, as it just... Whoo, and the kid goes, whoa! Oh, no! And he runs up and closes all the windows, one by one, because it's his job to keep the horses safe, and when they're freezing cold, they might die.
True. That's true.
So... I'm just laughing.
And as you noted, you pop it all open too, and it was warm in here before, but it doesn't smell like fart at least. Why didn't you at least open a window? But you feel not only cool air, but the like flick and in the air of little bits of snow, as you now notice that it is starting to snow outside.
I'm gonna
pretty heavily actually.
After I nearly shart, I guess. I'm gonna have I'm gonna look at Krosov and say, look for Vol. And I'm gonna tell him to fly off and try to see anything that looks anything close to Vol, whether or not it's footprints, whether or not it's, maybe a spot of a short sword slashing into the ground that maybe wasn't seen before. I'm gonna entrust that to Krosov to take off into the sky. I'm gonna trust my fathers.
Does he have a stat block of a raven?
Yes. So it's nothing great, but oh no.
Yeah. So go ahead. This is gonna be a survival check, not necessarily perception. Okay. So it'll just be with a +1 because he's got a +1 to.
Thank goodness, because if he used something that required intelligence, that would have been bad. So I'm gonna roll a 1d20 +1. He rolled a natural 1, baby.
Okay, well, we'll narrate what happens when he comes back, but that takes him a few minutes. He's like the owl, the Weasley's owl from Harry Potter.
God.
He's just running into
Crow
things.
still has tears in his eyes because the smell was so acidic.
No, he'll fly out and he'll come back in a little while. But you guys have some time before he's back.
Yeah, I look at Magdohr and say, I'm sure he'll find him.
Yeah, he couldn't have gotten far. What do you say we see if that buffet's still open?
Like, you hear like a ominous gurgle, and you see like a giant lump appear somewhere along my stomach as it like moves around a little bit ominously. No, I think I'm good.
Well, let's think about what
The children, yes. Please don't make
obviously,
me eat more.
We're here in Luskin to find this guy. The best way to do it is to split up, right? And so, obviously, Vol thought we weren't good enough to go with him, so he went by himself.
I look at Magdohr with like droopy eyes and like, I have a walking speed of 20 feet. This place is suspicious as hell. And you want somebody that's in their first trimester to go walking down the streets by themselves.
Can't you make yourself smaller?
I can, but I think that might actually be worse.
Because the food will shrink.
Wait, what if you were bigger? Bigger stomach, bigger digestion, more sausage.
I think that would defeat the purpose of trying to be stealthy around here. So
Well,
far,
the
we've
Vol's
kept a
being
low
stealthy.
profile.
Yeah, who opened all those windows?
You could always shapeshift into a pregnant woman. Like,
I mean, I might as well look like I'm a pregnant half-elf. So, it's just an unfortunate side effect with my food baby.
food baby.
Food baby.
What are you gonna name it?
I don't know. I got at least another 6 hours.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go outside because this place smells like dung. And, walk outside the stable and kind of take a look around where we're at.
Do we see
I take a look around where we're at.
Outside the stable? Outside the stable? Yeah, it's at this point in the morning, it's a relatively busy street. You can still hear, before you couldn't hear the sounds of like fighting as you did when you entered the city, but now you hear some shouting and the clanking of weapons. You're not sure exactly what type, but it definitely sounds like some sort of combat coming from I believe it's the south eastern side of the city. It would have been to your left as you entered, or sorry, south northeast side of the city. So it would have been to your right as you entered the city. But you remember you talked to the guard and decided against, interacting with that for the night. But that's where you hear that sort of combat going on. Other than that, it sounds like there's several shops in the area. You remember kind of like just noting the basic features because you were given a symbol map of Luskin. There is a large river that runs through and separates a north and a south bank, and you are on the south bank right now.
Magdohr, should we check out the fighting? Maybe Vol was interested in that.
I bet they got good ale too. Yeah, let's go. Let's go that way. Which way was it again?
And I point towards where I hear the shouting.
Oh, right. And I'm gonna waddle.
I guess technically I'm gonna waddle too. Both hands on my belly as I.
And I'm just gonna stop and look back at Nox like, no, like this, and I'm gonna do a really emphasized waddle.
I tried to mimic him.
You do a good job mimicking him, and as you mimic him, a bird returns to your shoulder and in its mouth is a finger.
I look over at, is this Krosov or is this a different bird?
Just a random bird.
Yeah, like I look and like I like face forward, eyes up towards Krosov, and I look down and I see the finger, and do I recognize this finger?
No, it looks smaller than Vol's, and it's not like gray skinned, so it's not Vol's finger.
And I asked Krosov, like, does this have something to do with Vol?
And it like caws in the general direction of the fighting.
I look at the finger and I immediately think the word sausage, but then I think better of it.
You thought of that.
And I go, it's probably not cooked. Magdohr, there's fingers being cut over at the fighting place. That's too spooky.
Don't
for
talk
me.
to me about fingers being cut. And I'm gonna hold up my iron hand.
Well,
they deserve it if they can't fight.
I got good news. If you want to rebuild the collection, I got the first piece for you. As they like hold this finger towards him.
Yeah, and it feels cold, like frozen.
No, I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna think. I'm just gonna look at it. All right, put it in the bag. And I'm gonna open up the mini bag of holding, put the finger, and have them drop the finger in. I have them drop the finger in.
Okay.
Like I say, I look hesitantly at Magdohr for wanting a frozen finger in his pouch of holding, but I say, screw it. I've made worse decisions today, and I drop it in his bag.
Yep, there it is.
Don't forget to add that to your character sheet.
Severed
Magdohr.
human finger.
Right,
A currently frozen severed human finger.
all right.
He's adding it.
How
Okay.
much does that weigh?
8 ounces.
Was
I
there a
gotta keep
ring or
track.
anything on it? Anything decent, or was it just a regular old finger?
Oh no, regular old finger. It looked a little dirty.
I have
I'm
nothing
gonna
to say.
keep walking.
And I go, good job, Krosov. What,
I
you
gotta
wanted
say
a
that's an
mother bird
impressive
you?
crow impersonation. Fuck.
Mother bird. Regurgitate food
I
for the
didn't
babies.
need to hear that, but thanks.
Oh, did I make a sound?
That's all right.
Sorry.
I will not do that. I've not turned full Kinku just yet. But I go, more for you later, baby boy. And I'm gonna follow Magdohr as I presumably we head over to wherever this commotion is.
This commotion is coming from a place. What's it called? Yeah, there it is. So basically what you see is as you kind of round the corner and head a little further north compared to what you did on your entrance to the city, because you were ready to get to a place to rest as you were hurting and ready to sleep, you hear what sounds like somebody speaking into, like a megaphone. They've got a large, wooden cone, and they're speaking into it through a handle. They've got a handle and they're holding it up to their mouth yelling, "Welcome to the Prisoners' Carnival, Luskin's Court of Justice, where those lolas who would be caught in the acts of illegal activity are put to the test and either pay penance or are set free." And you hear there's a few people. There's like a kind of like an outdoor amphitheater where they have a little bit of a covered area on a stage, but the stage itself is actually caged in, and there's like an outdoor sort of half clam sort of area for people to sit outside. And they've got like canvas bits over most of it, but some of the snow is starting to pile in different areas. But most of it, the areas that are, under it, people are sitting and watching. And they're like, "Yeah, yeah. And there's people walking around with like different types of foods, and you can tell that this is possibly some sort of court of justice, but you see bits of sinew and flesh and blood being swept out of the cage currently. Lord. Yeah. And as you walk up, they introduce a couple new people, and they effectively set them to fight each other. They throw one weapon in the center of the area, and two people who look ragged and are wearing effectively just loincloths, a human and an elf, both run towards it and just like fight.
How many people are here?
And people are collecting on bets. People are trying to bet on the outcome of it. There's probably about 50 or 60 people watching.
I'm gonna look
even early in the morning.
Down into it, and we could see the contestants, right, or the fighters. I'm gonna look down and go, look over at Nox. Is Vol's fighting right now?
What? And I waddle, pardon me, to keep in character, as close to the rail as I can to see if I see Vol down below.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm going to look down and laugh. I got you good this time.
I craned my head over at Magdohr. What the fuck, brah?
That was a good one. I'll drink to that. And I'm gonna look around and see if someone's serving drinks.
Yeah, there's a couple vendors up on the edge. Most of them are closed, but one of them is open, and they're selling just a simple looking ale.
Magdohr, they're gonna overcharge for it. You know that. They're gonna give you like a little shot for like 5 gold. It's gonna be overpriced. Plus, they're gonna give it to you in like a souvenir cup that no one wants. You're not going to use it.
You're right. And I'm going to take my jug of alchemy and just open up the ale one and just start drinking it right in front of this stall.
Awesome. Yeah. It costs you 5 silver.
Drink his own ale?
Wait, did you get ale?
Jug.
Oh, from the
just
alchemy
drinking
jug. I
it right in front
apologize.
of
I was
them.
looking at something.
Yeah. Nothing better than free ale.
I was gonna say, I start side-eyeing, but I realize that Nox is getting into the role of actually being pregnant with sausage babies, and man, I can't drink anymore.
You want some mayonnaise?
Len, do I want some mayonnaise? In my state for random hankering taste.
You know when you eat, or have you seen that at an illustration where they put varying sizes of things into a jar at the right time? It's kind of like how you can put ice cream at the end of any meal because it fits in the cracks.
The fuck?
If
okay, I'm
it
listening.
fills in the crevices, you could probably have some mayonnaise right now. But just remember, with the jar, I think it can only do one thing every 24 hours.
I know.
Oh no!
Okay. So you want some mayonnaise?
Didn't you just say you took ale out of it?
Lad, you gotta understand. He's trying to deceive me.
Oh, okay. I'm here with you.
Come on, DM. I look and I go, mayonnaise just sound nice.
I'm just gonna open up the ale jug again, and it just does. I'm not gonna dump it. Hold on, let me retcon that. I'm gonna open up the ale jug. Say, all right, open wide.
I open my mouth and I close my eyes. I'll get on my knees in front of dozens of other people as you dump what I think is going to be a white substance all over me.
Yeah, you take
preferably into my mouth.
This is what the podcast is.
This is what the podcast is without Bull.
Someone has to wrangle us in, and so I'm going to pour ale into Nox's mouth, and obviously miss a little bit, some over her face, and most of it's in her mouth.
Oh, this mayonnaise tastes like ale. Oh. And I open my eyes like, was that alcoholic mayonnaise?
Oh, that's right. I can only do one at a time, so it's only ale. My bad.
I bitch slap him.
And as you stand up and slap him for, deceiving you, you realize that several of what you recognize as the town guard are approaching you now. And they come up from one side and say, "Do you have license to sell and distribute alcohol in public?"
Yeah, Magdohr, do you have licenses to sell Magdohr band iron? I'll say this out loud.
Why do you say my whole name? I'm gonna look at the guys like, I'm not selling any alcohol. It's just my ale.
You're distributing it in the city
it's
walls.
My ale, though. I'm just letting my friend.
Do you have license to distribute ale within the city of Luskin?
You deceived me, and I'll have tears in my eyes. I'm gonna play the bit.
All right, you're coming with us.
He told me it was mayonnaise and
they start to grab your arms.
Made a pregnant half-elf drink alcohol.
Now you're forcing pregnant ladies to drink alcohol.
No, I didn't force it.
And they both grab your arms and attempt to put you in shackles.
Both of us?
No, just these guys. Just these guys are attempting to arrest Magdohr now. Are you resisting Magdohr?
Yeah. I would be. I'm trying to fight it like, no, I'm not. I'm just trying to drink my ale. There's nothing weird here.
Okay, so this one is gonna be this is like a grapple check effectively. And so I'd love for Magdohr to make a athletics or acrobatics check to avoid being grappled by these guys.
Good deal.
All right.
No.
I rolled a 9.
I have to roll for them.
And after this, as the player, I want to give Brandon my inspiration for my poor decision earlier. But because I think he needs it more than I do at this point.
Okay. Yeah. One of them grabs one of your arm, the other grabs the other. You're able to wrench out of one of them.
This is kind of important.
It doesn't matter. Okay. One of them is successful.
The successful was my left arm then?
Okay, successful was left arm. So the right arm they weren't able to grab your cold iron arm.
Left arm's the iron arm.
And okay, that was a successful one then. Okay, cool. If that's how you want it to be narratively, I won't fight it. Yeah, so he grabs but they pull the other one back. So the one of them that you wrench out with your good arm, then the one that's holding the metal arm, pulls the metal arm back and then grabs the one that the other one missed and chains your arms together with cuffs, and then realizes that it's kind of hard to keep you in manacles. So at that point, he pulls up on the chain so that you can't pull the metal arm out. And he says, "All right, you're coming with us. You're going into the
I do want to say it's a good thing he grabbed the other one, because I was about to just disconnect my arm and just fucking book it."
Yeah, so he's got your arms effectively pulled up now, so that he's keeping you from wrenching out of it with your good arm or with your metal arm. I don't know which arm you consider your good arm. And he starts to lead you off towards the cage.
I'm going to yell back.
Where there is now one more dead prisoner as they've finished their
I'm going to yell back to Nox and be like, "Hurry, Nox, take the scroll." Because I got the scroll and the jug on me. And so...
Is the scroll inside your bag?
Not the pouch. Not like the pouch folding. I just kind of narratively had it like clipped, like hanging from a rope on my side of my...
The guard says, "No, you can keep all your personal belongings to yourself. They'll go to the city."
Asking for a friend, from the rail to the cage, how far is the distance between those?
A rail like the closest area to the cage.
When I get
itself.
a good view of this, I want to see how close I am.
You can be about 10 feet away from the cage.
Cool. Asking for a friend. Anyways, I'm gonna message Magdohr and say, "I'm guessing Vol probably is in here, because Krosov led us here, and there's a purpose in everything, and I trust Krosov with my life. Good luck. Find Vol." And
I'm gonna go to the guard. I'm gonna yell to the guards like, "You can't take me. I'm here on special envoy."
Yeah, whatever.
Really, let me open up my bag.
You're feeding. No. That's all over now. And they wrench. One of them takes a knife and then cuts the two pieces that would have strapped your backpack on and pulls your backpack off. And the other one continues to like force you off towards the. What you see now is like a side door that leads into the the area behind the.
So is my pack?
Because there's like a building built around the front, kind of, and then the cage that kind of comes out.
Is my pack on the ground then?
You're gonna what?
God, Brandon.
Oh, is my pack on the ground then?
No, the other one cut the straps and then pulled it off your back.
Okay, so they didn't just leave
it. And then the one that was holding... Okay. No, yeah, they're taking it. And he says, don't worry, it'll be returned to you if you survive the pits.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'll go to the city.
Do I hear that? Does Nox... Okay, then
yeah.
I'm not going to say anything. I was going to shout that he burgled me too, but, yeah, we'll figure out what happens.
Okay. Yeah, so they lead you off into a room, Magdohr. You can see that there is this kind of building built around, and if you imagine like a domed cage being inside partially of a building and outside partially of a building on that stage, that's kind of what we've got. So most of it's kind of like concealed back behind it. So they lead you off into a series of hallways that have different like cell doors with people in them. And as you pass by each one, you don't see any familiar faces that are, some of them don't have anybody in them. Some of them have faces just kind of looking out and over and in. Some of them have blood spatters on their faces. And they bring you into a cage, and the other one leaves with your bag, and then he's replaced by a second that comes alongside and looks like somebody that's probably effectively the manager of the joint. And they lead you to a cage where they attempt to, and they say, take it all off.
What, you want me to take off my clothes?
Yep, right down to your knickers.
What all do I have on still? So he took my bag. Did he take the jug and the scroll and all that, or? Okay.
Yeah, they would have. I mean, if the scroll was attached and the jug, I assume, kind of was also kind of like on a string. They don't, they're not worried about taking anything from you. They're just doing their job. They're not stealing. They don't seem crooked. They just seem like they're part of a weird system.
As a fellow player, I'd like to make a point of concern.
Okay.
If you take away Magdohr's alchemy jug, he might as well be dead inside. I feel like you're just killing him right here.
Don't worry, he's not happy about it.
That's what happens when you feed alcohol to a pregnant woman.
So I'm going to, I guess, strip down to my knickers. I don't have that robe that was in my pack. The one that Algira gave us. So I haven't been wearing it, so I've just been wearing my scale mail and just kind of take it off. And I have an undershirt and boxers on now. Tore up, tattered.
And they take up your weapons and everything, and they say, we'll return these to you as soon as you're, if you survive the fight.
Can I do one thing real quick? It's very important.
Depends on what it is.
Can I kiss beautiful goodbye? And I point to the warhammer.
We'll just say that you get to say hello, and it'll be a very, very friendly hello. And they just say, basically, no. And they walk out, slam the door, you hear keys turn and jingle on a chain, and you're locked inside, and it does not seem very well insulated. It is super cold, but there's hay on the ground.
It's an open jail cell, like with bars?
What it is that the door has a large barred window, but it's a very strong,
can I see out of it?
Wooden iron banded door. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but then the other walls are normal. They're just.
I'm gonna yell. I was like, "Can I at least have my finger?" And then just leave it at that.
They kind of turn and look quizzically, and then just keep going. And you hear somebody else say, "Yeah, can I have my finger?"
Wait, you're missing a finger. I think I got it.
I've got a finger right here for you.
I get it. All right.
As you have a little bit of a belly laugh, what are you doing out there, Nox? Just
like Nox would be like feeling smug, But then after maybe like 10 seconds of smugness, realized that now that they lost 2 party members, oh fuck, what did they just do? They would probably look at the nearest bystander and go, so how does the fight work?
The nearest person to you is a human woman who is actually there with her child. And she
family
says,
fun.
Actually, yeah. She says, actually, there is. You're not from here?
No, I'm a traveler.
How far along are you? And she gestures towards your larger belly.
Thank you for not assuming I'm fat. About 3 months, dear. Bless you.
Oh, wonderful. We here in Luskin, we have a sort of betting that goes on for those who break the law, including that terrible dwarf who tried to force feed you alcohol.
What a scoundrel he is.
If you're going to drink while you're pregnant, that should be your choice.
I'm always pro-choice.
Absolutely. And so what happens is they put them up as long as they were prisoners, and this is Luskin, so there's always someone to fight. So from dusk till dawn till dusk, there is always some sort of fight going on. You can bet on them. So when your dwarven friend comes out, we can bet against him. And
I give the smile, I believe that's from Game of Thrones, the "you're so cute" smile. Like, we're gonna bet against him together.
Yeah. She says, usually they try to put the fresh prisoners in first, but they have to win 3 fights, and then they're free. If they survive. Which is why some people just keep getting put back into the system, because they just like fighting.
What happens if they can do magic? Or they're the holy men?
Usually their ability, their supplies or their staves or wands are taken away from them. So if they can cast magic outside of that, then they are able to do that. But otherwise, usually it's just physical. I've seen one of those underground dwarves grow in size during a fight. That felt very magical, but apparently it's something they can just do
naturally.
Those
fucking dwarves are the tricky bastards.
Yeah, especially the deep dwarves.
When the father finds out, he is in so much trouble. He might go in the pit himself.
Good, you should go find him.
It's okay, he'll find me. He's out getting milk right now.
Of course. And as you talk to her, somebody comes by and he's like, "Bet's on the next fight, Dwarf versus Doriga." And she says, "Ooh, one of the deep dwarves."
Do I recognize this?
I feel like I've had some foreshadowing.
I'm gonna say, does this look like this might be the fight with Magdohr in it?
Yeah, possibly. Very possibly. They don't give names, they just say
I guess I'll look at the lady and go, do you think
go...
this is the one with Fatso?
Oh, the one that just went in, that fed you, and that fiend, that rapscallion? Yes, I think it is him. Sometimes they like to put them right in just to see how they do.
And I'm gonna go up to the person that is taking bets, and I'm going to message them. Hello, I'm sorry, I can't speak, but I can use my voice like this. And I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder.
And he points it. He kind of looks around, and then you're making eye contact, and so he goes, "You? How much?"
And I'm gonna continue messaging him. I'm gonna put 20 gold on the Fatso dwarf with the arm, steel arm.
Oh, the Iron Man.
Yes,
Good.
I'll summon Golden's like. So I'll subtract. Actually,
does out a bet and then pulls off a piece of paper and sets it like on a wooden clipboard, effectively, and gives you the quill and to sign.
half of it's going to be Luskin, the other half is going to be normal gold. Just to clarify, and I'm going to sign off. I'm like, I want to watch that motherfucker go down. In my head.
And he looks at it and says, perfect, perfect. Ah, you got some gold from the south. Been traveling, eh?
When I put money on him, that's for him to win, correct? Okay,
yes.
Good.
Mm-hmm. And you can see on there that they have listed that the odds are 4-1 against him.
Christ.
Yeah, so if you win, you're going to get 80, and he says, big bets, after you sign it, and he says, big bets on the dwarf and the Duragar, bring it in, and then he moves on.
And,
but you have effectively a receipt that shows 4-1 with 20 gold down.
And I'll look back at the lady and go, I think I did that right.
Oh, dear. And she gives you a loving pat on the cheek. She says, you're so sweet. That wasn't all your money, was it?
No.
That was quite a bit.
It's all I had. I wish...
Oh, dear. The Duragar is a legend in these pits. That's why the odds are so heavily in favor of your of him against that man that would go against
the Dura what?
the Duragar.
So I like drop my voice for a second. Oh.
Dura what?
Well, I hope he gets his ass kicked, but maybe the dwarf will live.
Honestly, if the dwarf wins, since this Duragar is so legendary, I believe they may let him out as if he won 3, to be quite honest. No one has beaten him in at least 5 or 6 years. It's constantly
I
here.
heavy sweat and look over at the ring. Okay.
But no worries, it is an even fight. They don't give anybody weapons, they come in basically naked, which is, and she covers up the kid's ears, my favorite part. And then as she jokes a little bit and goes, but I think they should be starting soon. And you hear the guy with the, and he announces this whole big thing. He says, fall in the Duragar, the coal beneath your feet. I am going to destroy my voice.
Yeah, you are. It's not as bad as what Brandon did earlier with his test screech. Bless him.
Oh my gosh. And so my voice does not explode. Eventually you see this larger sort of Duragar come out with a great white beard and, like milky white eyes to your left into the cage. And he like slams his hands up against the cage and yells at the crowd, and they kind of yell back and cheer. Some of them boo. And then you hear this commotion, Magdohr, coming, and then you hear footsteps coming up to your cell as the same 2 people that had kind of brought you in, you hear the chain unlock, and they say, all right, dwarf, you're up.
I'm up for what?
Time to fight to the death, or you know, this one actually counts for a lot. Normally you have to win 3. If you win this one, you're out.
Can I get some mail first?
Nope.
Sounds like you've dealt with dwarves before.
Weapon will be provided, but you have to fight them for it. It's first to death, so don't hold back, or you're dead.
Dawn's.
And and he whispers to his friend, he says, right, yeah, I didn't think so. Good luck. And they kind of like usher you towards down a hallway that you had not come down previously, that comes back towards the center of this building, because you would just kind of come in and gotten thrown in a cell.
Are my hands still bound?
Oh, no. They unbound you as soon as you got in.
Right.
Yeah, and then they lead you to a door, and you hear the crowd cheering on the other side of the door, and they say, all right, off with you.
Well,
Off with you.
Through the door? All right, I'm going to take a step into the light, kind of shield my eyes, and look around and let my eyes adjust. Because I was only down there for like 10 minutes, right? So it wasn't too long.
It wasn't too long.
So I'm kind of looking around, and
Nope.
I could see the crowd, I'm guessing. And
Oh, yeah. And they shut the door behind you, and you hear it lock. And this one is actually metal banded on this side only. So it's wooden on one side, and then it's sealed with metal on the opposite. But everything outside, it's just a cage. And to your left, you can see the crowd. On the opposite side of you, you can see what you would recognize as a giant Duragar. Like, he's not magically grown in size, but for a Duragar, he's huge. He's the size almost of a human.
What's he wearing?
In height and build. He's wearing... A Duragar is a deep dwarf. Dwarves that have been relegated to living underground for so long that their eyes have adjusted more heavily to darkness. Their hair has turned white. Their eyes no longer have pupils. They're just white masses. And their skin is even kind of grayish, matching the tone of the earth that they live in. And you've seen Duragar before, but never like this guy.
So what's he wearing?
He's wearing a loincloth.
Just that? Okay.
Yep, just like you. He's not even wearing a shirt. But he's like freaking scarred up. Like he's cut. He's cut and he's cut.
Fair enough.
Cut and scarred.
Ripped.
Yeah, he looked at you after screaming out into the crowd and then screams at you.
I'm gonna scream back. Well, that wasn't very nice. You gotta say hello first.
In what you would recognize, do you speak Undercommon?
It's Undercommon? No.
Mm-hmm. You would recognize it as Undercommon. It's like when I hear Spanish, I know what Spanish is, but I don't know what they're saying, you know. But you recognize it as Undercommon, and you hear a few very accentuated words as if those are meant to hurt kind of thing. And he like just slams his fist into the ground as you both kind of square off in front of each other, get about an equal distance. Both of you apparently see, as it seems, our understanding of how to fight. And you hear the guy with the megaphone scream into the crowd that, our contestants are ready! Release the weapon! And you hear from above you couldn't see this from outside, there's a little hatch on the inside of the wall that comes out in front of the cage, or that kind of splits the cage, and because part of it's indoor, part of it's outdoor, like I said. And there's a door, and you see someone drop a warhammer into the space on the ground, and the Duragar immediately starts charging for it as the thing shuts, and the guy steps aside. Roll initiative.
All right. 18.
All right, you are first,
I rolled a
Magdohr.
4.
Oh, okay. All right.
How far away is this weapon?
So yeah, you're up. It's 30 feet away, or we'll say it's 20 feet away
30
from you.
feet.
Both of you are 20 feet away.
And since I have initiative, would I be faster than him at running towards it?
Well, I mean, you move first.
All right. What kind of weapon is it?
It is a warhammer.
All right. Oh yeah, I'm gonna book it towards that. Waddle as fast as I can. Maybe roll a little bit. Kind of grab the
tactical roll.
the warhammer and use up almost all of my movement.
Okay. So you're gonna stop at 20 feet once you grab it.
Good. And then
you do that.
So obviously this is a bit difficult. So he's running it to me as well, but he's not there. Right?
He hasn't moved. It's your turn. He hasn't moved.
Okay.
That was a narrative thing. Like, he is fighting. He's ready to fight.
All right, so I grabbed the warhammer, and sure I can do this. All right, so I can still do cleric spells because my holy symbol is my arm.
You don't have your holy symbol.
No? Oh, I thought it was the arm.
It's on.
I thought it was my arm. Would that be? If not, that's fine.
You had your whole. Well, do you only need your holy symbol? You don't need any components for your spells.
Not for the one I was looking at. It's
Yeah, as long as that's the case, and your holy symbol is on your somatic.
Well, basically, I think what Glenn's trying to say is you can't do a spell that requires M or materials.
Okay, but I could still do voice.
Anything that requires vocal and somatic.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because you do have your holy symbol.
I just wanted to make sure, because you could say no, but just with the arm.
I mean, if you dictated early on that it's on your arm,
well,
then
it is my arm. Yeah.
How is your holy symbol your arm?
God told me how to make it.
Usually it's a symbol of your god.
God told me how to make
It's a
it.
symbol that... So yeah, but you have to brandish that every time.
Oh.
You know, it's like showing the symbol of Bahamut to present as a symbol of your power in the spell. So if it's like brandished on part of your arm, like that would
All right,
work.
well,
I was
let's say
wondering
for this,
when there was
then-
going to be an argument here. I'm glad it's between you and Brandon this time.
Well, let's say then I don't have it now. And
Okay.
if I survive, that's going to be my point of, maybe I should, yeah. So I can't,
Get that put
I
somewhere
can't
on
do
it.
somatic spells then, correct?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, any spells that require anything.
All right. So if he's not in range, well, can I do just vocal spells? Well, I can do my cantrip, vocal, right?
Well, yeah, vocal also requires for you to, I believe. Yeah, as long as it doesn't have the holy symbol as a spellcasting. Well, all spells require a spellcasting focus or a component.
Well, what
pouch.
about thaumaturgy for a cantrip?
Well, it's a spell. It's like a spellcast. You need your spellcasting
Okay.
focus, which is your holy symbol. So, I would say
Okay.
no, just for the
The strict.
But you still
physical.
have. Remember, your arm is still like a club, or no? Is your arm a warhammer?
I think we had talked at this current point. It's
you have an
yeah,
attachment.
it's unarmed attack
Okay.
right now.
Just,
But eventually,
Okay.
just to point out, there's people that don't have spellcasting focuses and they just use their material pouches instead.
well, I don't have that.
Yeah, you have to have a component pouch or a spellcasting focus to cast
Okay.
spells, and it's because it's assumed that as long as it's not consumed by the spell, that both of those things provide
Okay.
those. As long
Okay.
as it's not consumed.
All right, so I guess what I don't know if I can do this. Can I ready up an attack? Can
Absolutely,
I just
yeah.
want to
Use your
stand my
action to-
ground as stout as I can as a dwarf and just get ready to like baseball bat with this warhammer and just like kind of nod at him and be like, "Try me."
Like Babe Ruth him. I'm gonna home run your ass out of here. Awesome, yeah. So you do that, and
You
I
said
just didn't
do-do.
do. Yeah, and so you get ready to just swing at him when he comes in range. Did you want to do anything else? Just want to
No,
make sure.
no, that'll be good for now.
Okay, so you're 20 feet away from him, ready to attack when he gets within 5 feet. He sees you pick it up, and you see him like flex his shoulders, and he walks back, and he moves back about 15 feet to the back of the wall, and hits the wall really hard, and you feel the whole cage shake as he grows in size to the size of a large creature, and he turns to face you, and then he steps back another 5 feet, being about 30 feet away, and he looks at you and just screams, and that's his turn.
Nice.
So would that be Tyler's turn now?
Yep.
So, Glenn, since this is your world and I want to make sure I don't do anything that's gonna, get me thrown into the ring because I'm a beautiful pregnant half elf. If I were to cast a spell that, let's say hypothetically it's material only, and I use my spellcasting focus, which is a necklace I've been wearing, would I be able to do that without being noticed?
Very, very possibly, yeah. Especially since there's no vocal or somatic components. I would say that you would still have to roll basically like a stealth check, but it would be very, very easy DC. Like it's not going to be hard.
I'm pretty good
But
at
most
ones,
of these guards
so,
don't know what the-
ones and twos are my best friends.
I'm imagining like Snape during the Quidditch match, just.
I just kind of since
Yeah.
I can telepathically talk with Krosov, I'm just gonna tell him, don't let them see me doing this. And I am going to cast Bless using the subtle meta magic to remove the vocal and somatic. And so I'm just gonna like put a hand over my chest as I bless Magdohr.
I love it. And that's like a 30-foot range on that, right?
Yes. Specifically, it's 30 feet. Yep. And I can bless up to 3 people.
Awesome.
I'm choosing not to bless, the Durgar. That'd probably be frowned on. But So yeah, right when like the crow just kind of like maybe flies off and gets the attention of anybody that like might look, I'm gonna try to cast this spell.
Okay. What is your spell save? This is purely aesthetic. This is not going to affect you. Everything you want to do is going to happen.
My spell save? Okay. A 14.
Okay. I need Magdohr to make a Constitution saving throw against a 14.
Uh-oh.
15.
You feel a tickle in your nose as if you need to sneeze, but you stave it off. Because he just blessed you.
I'm leaving this fucking call.
Damn it! Are you serious, Glenn?
I kind of wish I would have failed it. See if the and then the other guy could have blessed me too.
And you're like,
Oh shit.
Great, yeah, so you do get to do the effects of bless all there. We'll say if the bird flies a little bit, it kind of like keeps the eyes off of you as you subtly cast this spell. Nobody notices, as you are looking around for anybody to have noticed. But they're all very focused on what's
I just
going on in
immediately
this ring.
shout,
It seems like the city.
Kill the fat one, Durgar!
Thanks. And with that, it is Magdohr's turn again. Unless there was anything else you wanted to do, I apologize. You still have other actions.
I could, but nothing that wouldn't keep up the disguise.
Okay. Okay. All right. Magdohr, it's up.
So, would I have known that I had been blessed?
You feel...
I know the spell, so...
It's almost like... it's almost like right now it feels like a rush of adrenaline. You don't immediately recognize it as magical empowerment, just because of the current circumstance. You're being pitted in a fight to the death against a giant battle-scarred Duragar. So, but yeah, you feel stronger for some reason, empowered. Yeah.
And he's 30 away from me?
Yeah.
So if I move 25, I wouldn't be able to attack him, or is he large enough? Okay. So I'm going to...
Oh, yeah, no, when he grew, yeah. You would be able to hit him, because they take up more space when they're large, yeah. You could.
Alright, I'm gonna run up to him, 25. I'm gonna take my hammer in both hands. Well, shove it in one and support it with the other. And just fucking smash his foot.
I love it.
Oh, damn.
Roll the hit.
And don't forget your 1d4.
And what's your armor class now that you are not wearing anything?
What's scale now?
It's just 10 plus your dexterity modifier.
12.
Awesome.
And
good.
so I get +1 for dual wielding for AC. Oh, if you're wielding a separate weapon. Okay, so I don't. So I rolled a 16
Hits.
for 11 damage.
Awesome. Ooh, my pencil.
And I'm gonna...
I had it. Oh, it fell off when I... It fell off when I laughed. How much? 11 damage?
And I'm going to, I guess, look up at him and be like, careful being that big, you might stub your toe.
And he goes, oh! And he's like bouncing up and down as you hit him in the foot. Anything else?
No, I think that's it for me.
Okay. Then it is his turn. As he now attempts to wrench the Warhammer out of your hand. As he reaches down and tries to pull it out. So you're going to make... This is effectively a grapple check. So being the one initiating, he has to make an athletics check against your choice of athletics or acrobatics. So if you want to just go strength for strength or try and dodge, because we know that you guys are good at dodging. You guys practice it. So dodge.
I dodged a 5.
Okay, yeah, he rips it out of your hand with his giant, meaty, because he's a large creature, you know. He pulls it and just rips it out of your hand, and I believe... Oh. Yeah, that's the end of his turn for now.
All right.
Now it's yours. Or, sorry, it is Nox's
Are you
turn.
ready for more shenanigans, Glenn? Okay.
Of course.
I shout, Durgar! Watch out! He's a cleric. He can cast spiritual weapon. And I'm going to use the subtle spell to remove all components of the spell, and spiritual weapon is going to be right next to, well, both of them, Magdohr and the Durgar. And
Okay.
a second Warhammer of light appears right next to Magdohr. What is there anything you would like to do before I continue with this bullshit?
No, subtle spell allows you to do that without anybody knowing that it was
I go,
you.
oh shit! He used it! Watch out! And I... that's not good. I rolled a 11. Does that hit? Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Well, that's...
He's large and naked.
That's
Just like me.
That's fair. For 8 force damage. As it swings down into his other toe.
Oh!
Oh man, you gotta do
Awesome.
better
Anything
than
else?
that, Durgar. You gotta defeat this horrible monster of a dwarf.
Okay.
No, that's it.
Anything
for my
else?
turn.
And at this point, you've been paying attention to if anybody notices, and it looks like nobody does. And then when you're looking around, like a little bit, because you're not like going, you know, you're not being obvious about it. But as you look around after each attack, you know, thing happening that you were influencing, you look to your right, and this woman who has the kid is like looking, not suspiciously, just like knowingly, and she says. And she pats your head and she says, "You love him, don't you?"
Would you like to go in there with him? I look at
I'm
her
just
with cold
enjoying the
eyes,
fight.
It's like, so I'm not gonna roll a deception or anything like that.
It seems as though she's aware that something is going on, but she doesn't know. But she's just giving you one of those, like, I have a feeling sentences, but that's it. And then she goes, "I'm just enjoying the fight. Let's keep enjoying."
Me too.
But she doesn't. Yeah. But yeah, now we're back to the top. Magdohr.
So seeing the spiritual weapon with, I'm going to assume it's a warhammer that looks like the two that I have, which are really just big blacksmith hammers.
You see the shining script of the word "beautiful 2.0" on it.
All right, so I'm going. I'm wise. I may not be charismatic, but I'm wise. So I see this
Very wise.
and just immediately know not to say anything. And so,
absolutely.
Where did this
Yeah.
Warhammer come from? Only a cleric or a divine soul sorcerer could possibly cast this. I don't have a spell focus. Is there anybody out there that's shouting that I shouldn't have this? Because they're probably the culprit.
and I'm gonna sit there and think like, you think this is cool though? Could summon this? Watch. I'll have a bird attack you next round, and then you'll be done. And I'm gonna grab the warhammer and just try to, I guess, jump and try to yank it out.
Yeah, jump up and
and just
grab
try
it.
to yank it out.
Okay. It's just gonna be the same
Yeah.
check. Just athletics for you.
And I'm going to use my. That wouldn't be fair. I already rolled. I'm going to use my bless. I was going to use inspiration, but
have
what is it? 1d4
Yes.
to get a 9.
Yeah, no, he just lifts it
Damn.
above your head and keeps you from grabbing it.
I said I was going to use inspiration as I rolled it and saw that it was infinitely better, and I was like,
Oh,
"Ugh,
then
no,
use
I
it."
didn't want to. That's not fair." So he lifts it above my head.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Doesn't work for that anyway. And do I so that's my action. I still have
Yeah.
movement. So I'm going to kind of look at You're not gonna let me have that, are you? And I'm just gonna run. 25 feet.
Okay, he's gonna attack
Oh
you.
yeah, fuck.
What's your AC? Without armor?
12.
12? Yeah, he hits
Does it
ya.
work with the thing flanking him, though? Can he do attack of opportunities with the spirit weapon flanking him? Fuck.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you take 13 damage.
All right.
As it feels as though like his larger size has literally given him greater strength as he.
So I'm gonna say,
with this,
I don't
Warhammer.
run 25 feet. I get fucking flung 25 feet.
Nice.
He baseball bats you away. Awesome. Okay, so you're 25 feet away from him. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna kind of look at my naked body, but well, this isn't good. And kind of look at my arm and be like, think it might be time. And then end my turn.
Okay, awesome, Tyler. You are up as you see your friend get flung
I
across
wish it
the
was
cage.
my
Almost turn.
Almost.
Because that was just a reaction opportunity attack. Or
Oh,
unless you're saying the Durgar is
Shit,
just
it was.
taking a chill break, you know, he's gonna.
never mind. It is the Durgar's turn, but he does something interesting as he laughs and fades from existence. And now, for the initially, you hear the footsteps, but then the footsteps kind of fade, as if he's trying to be quiet and is now invisible.
No, I don't
Now
think my crow's gonna do anything now.
Shit. Shit. I guess I'm gonna just shout fucking A as I cast healing word on Magdohr, if I could, please.
It's just got
Yes.
vocal, right? Okay. Yeah. That does not seem overtly like healy. It's just yelling.
Shouting the word
so.
fucking A, which is a 1d4 plus an 4. So forgive me,
Give me a 5.
You got a 5. Which is ironically the worst thing I could do. And no, I don't think there's much I can do without going like even deeper into bullshittery, but at that point I think it would be suspicious.
You could attempt if you wanted for free to see if you can feel out where he is, because you still have your spiritual weapon that can attack him.
True. I'm gonna have that. Well, I mean, hands are in the pockets and everything. Spiritual weapon is going to try to suss out and go where the footsteps end and take a swipe at him. I'm assuming with disadvantage.
So what I'll have you do to determine the disadvantage or not is going to be roll a perception check for yourself.
Okay.
It'll be against the stealth that he rolled.
My perception's a +1, so I got a 3.
Okay, you think you know where he is. You see some of the footsteps in the dirt.
He's right there.
Yeah, he's right there. And so you can roll. It will be with disadvantage.
I'm going to have it move 15 feet to give it itself, hopefully between what I think is between Magdohr and the Screecher. And I'm going to swing with disadvantage. Well, that sucks, because if I had regular advantage, it would have been a crit, but since it was disadvantage, it was a 12.
12? Just, you see, what it is you saw the footprints, and then because you're paying attention to where they are, you thought you knew where he was, but apparently you almost hit him in a different part of the arc of the swing of the weapon. So you have an idea of where he was, but he was not quite where you thought he was. So it almost hit him. And you're still not quite sure where he is, but you have a better idea now. He's moved kind of to the side a little bit. It looks like he was trying to wrap around your friend Magdohr's backside.
That's it for me then.
Alrighty, Meg. Magdohr, your turn.
So for Blessings of the Forge, is that an action? Full action?
I believe so. I don't know.
So I would. All right. So let me tell you what I want to do, and you can tell me if I can't do this. I want to bless my arm as a club, or not as a club, but as a unarmed attack, and
okay,
and then spin. I just want to hold my arm out and just fucking spin.
Just want to Garen spin the win.
Oh yeah, Blessing of the Forge is at the end of a long rest. You can't do that in the middle of combat.
All right.
Yeah, at the end of a long rest, you can touch a magical object to do.
All right, so I'm going to then instead. The ground is made of dirt, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like stonish, but it's got a lot of dust all over it.
I'm going to kind of scoop it up with my iron arm, like a shovel, and throw it in a circle in front of me, like a cone in front of me. Not for damage, just for sight.
Yeah, you're trying to suss out where he is. Go ahead and make a perception check with advantage.
23.
Yeah, you landed on him. Now, when you attack him, you'll no longer have disadvantage, but he'll have a little bit. He'll have like half, so he'll have a little bonus to AC. Is all it is, because you still can't make out like details of his person, but you know effectively where he is, the general area. So no disadvantage, just a little bit of cover for him, effectively, because of the.
And throwing that dirt, is that my action?
Yeah, no, that's not an action.
So I'm going to then go to where he's at, because I can make out like a dust stain.
Yeah, he was off to your right. You threw it in the dust area, and you saw that he was off to your right a little bit, so you can go towards him if you want. He's only about 10 feet away.
Bitch slap him with the claw.
It's effectively a club. So, your arm. Now, the only thing you know as the person that made this, because it's got more fine parts, you risk breaking it if you use it as a club. So you can do an unarmed strike, and that won't risk it because you'll be using it the way it was intended, as a fist. Or you can use it as a club, deal more damage, and risk breaking it.
Let me see here. What's unarmed damage?
It's 1 plus your strength modifier, and a club would be 1d6 plus strength.
I'm going to do it as a club and risk breaking it.
Okay. So you are proficient with clubs. Basically, there's going to be a 25% chance of it breaking if you hit. So we'll decide on a number range, and then we'll roll for it if you hit.
So I'm going to. Sorry, I was just adding it. I'm going to.
Because it's pretty stout, but it's
roll a 7.
You rolled a 7 to hit.
You're 1d4. I don't think it'll help, but
yeah.
1d4. Can I use that more than once? Oh, I'm gonna use it again.
That's his.
Yeah, it lasts for like a minute, right?
Oh, well, I'm gonna use it every time then. Plus 4.
Oh yeah.
11.
So you got an 11 to hit. That hits.
Oh yeah, for 7 damage.
Bless is useful, guys.
Yeah, bless. Woo!
For 7 damage, and then I'm going to roll another 1d4, and if I roll a 1, it'll break.
Okay.
I rolled another 4. All right.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, it holds up as you like basically just backhand him with your giant metal arm, invisible. So you hear him kind of taken aback and be surprised. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that'll be it.
All right, and now it's his turn as he uninvisibles as he swings at you. So we will have advantage from being previously. Oh no, you knew where he was. I'll just give him the same bonus that he had to cover. So, whee! Oh, why am I rolling 2? Just 1. Yeah, I rolled really high. Just a single. So it's like a 25 to hit.
Just a 25.
That misses. It's fine.
Just a 25. No big deal. For how many hit points do you have left?
6.
Oh, great. You'll be totally fine. You take 16 damage.
Oh, yeah. That's fine.
As he just clocks you again, and that's the end of his turn as he is no longer invisible. He's got dust on him, and he wipes it out of his eyes, and he says, "Coward!" And now it is your turn.
Cool. Cool.
Can I?
guess
Oh no, never mind. I'll wait till my turn.
That's okay. What do you got?
I was gonna say, coward, you're the one who was hiding behind all that shimmery shit.
Fair point.
How far away is the beautiful 2.0 from this Durgar?
Only like 10 feet. It seems as though like the arc of the swing nearly hit him before, and then he moved a little further away, so it's only like 10 feet away.
Then first off, I'm going to have him swing with that again for a... Now, the big question is, and I think it's going to hit either way, but you said before, if it's flanking a Durgar and the player, does it have advantage?
It has advantage, it can't give advantage. So yes, its attack will have advantage, but it doesn't give Magdohr advantage.
I mean, normally it would have been a 13, but with advantage, it's a 16.
Definitely hits.
And that's going to hit for another 5 force damage.
Nice. Another solid bonk on the back of his head.
I'm going to shout... Durgar, take him down. He's almost dead. As I shout healing word at Magdohr. I'm gonna try to heal my boy up. Don't say another 5 again, Glenn, because otherwise, okay, I rolled a 2 for a total of 6 health, and like I got beads of sweat. To me, it looks like Magdohr is getting clobbered.
True.
So this is technically Magdohr's turn. Like, it basically looks like Magdohr has like extra attacks against this guy.
I'm good. All right. Is that your turn then?
Yes.
All right. So this guy is taller than me, so I'm just gonna look at my fist.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna play dirty. I'm just gonna punch straight up his legs.
Yeah.
And club him right in the nads.
Right in the diamonds.
Get the
nads.
And
I guess.
Ooh, my Franken
And I
beans.
am going to use my inspiration point for this one.
Okay, I love it.
Oh, it was an 18 to hit.
Did you crit?
24 crit with inspiration.
With inspiration, you crit? All right. Yeah, so roll the damage.
For 10 damage.
How do you kill him? Punching him in the balls?
Oh, they just fucking explode.
They explode and
He's
he
in
starts
his
bleeding
loincloth.
profusely as he starts to shrink as he's holding it. He drops the warhammer and falls to the ground, coughing up blood, and he bleeds out through his balls.
But before he dies, we gotta play by the rules and see if that busts my arm. Which it does.
We do.
I rolled a 1. It busted my arm. That crit, it broke everything.
It's gonna take you. Yeah, we'll say what it is all it's gonna mean is that you need to spend 5 days using your blessing to fix it. Because of the amount of repair. It's different to create than it is to repair. And you would know that, and we all know that. So fixing it, making a vase is easier than putting a broken vase back together. Unless you want to just trash this and make it new.
We'll see. We'll talk about it.
Okay. So yeah, repairing this will take a little bit of time, but it's up to you as the fight ends and the guy screams and the crowd roars and the woman beside you shakes her shoulder and she's like, "You won! You're going to get a bunch of coin, my girl. You have to take me out for a drink."
I lost everything.
Didn't you bet on the dwarf?
Yeah, the big one.
Did you really bet on the Durgar? Oh, okay, good. And she goes, "Huh, I thought I saw you. Oh, well, I'm sorry, dear. Maybe I should buy you a drink."
The 20 gold one if you could.
And then she just joins in with the crowd. Yeah, so they're cheering with the crowd, and the guards come in and kind of pull away the corpse of the Durgar, and they hand you the warhammer and they say, "Keep it as a souvenir. Go in your cell, your stuff will be there, and we'll escort you out." And they bring you into the cell. You're able to put your stuff back on and they lead you back out front. And you're kind of greeted by the public as a little bit of almost revered. Like they respect you more despite the fact that you're put in here as a criminal. What do you do when you see Magdohr come out?
I pay 5 silver and I grab a beer and I hand it to him and say, "This one's on me, buddy. You did great. Screw it." As I make solid eye contact with this lady.
Awesome. But yeah, you have to go collect your money.
Which I will...
Because they have a payout area.
If it takes him enough time to get all his stuff back and don his armor, I figured I'll go collect a payout.
Love it. Yeah, you're able to collect your stuff before he gets out.
And
absolutely. So you have 80 gold
how
now.
does that... Is that 80 Luskin gold?
Yeah, they give you all Luskin. There's a few other coins. You know, it's like when you buy a bunch of quarters, every once in a while you get a Canadian one in there. So you have some other gold pieces in there, but like probably 90% of them are Luskin gold.
And I'm going to take...
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to say, I'm going to take the ale that Nox handed me and kind of look him, say, "Thanks for the help," and then down the ale. That's it.
Awesome. And as you were reveling in the fact that you are not dead, in fact, and have come out quite ahead with coinage, somebody walks up to you and says, "Congratulations," and reaches for like a it's one of the guards. He tries to give you like a hearty handshake.
I'll return it. Oh, that was a fun fight.
Yeah, and you feel the coolness of the coin in your hand, and he pulls you in close and he says, "Meet it clear, light. They want the scroll, or your friend dies." And then he comes back and he says, "Well done." And in your hand, you now see a coin with the symbol of Timora on it.
Oh man!
And that is where we'll call it.
Nice.
I'm gonna look over at Nox, but Vol's dead. Sorry.
I personally thought it was going to be the 3-headed coin of the friends to show that he legitimately had him. But this looks even more ominous. I like it. You can find me. You can find me on Twitter at 2timestyler.
You can find me on Twitter at LR the 11th.
Nox is just based on the real Nick.
And where can
you
we
can
find
me
Glenn?
at Zixagoon.
Oh, yep. Okay.
You can find me, Glenn Houston.
We are a part of Casual Master Quest, a podcast network dedicated to giving you the video game news and tropes you deserve. You can find the show everywhere you can Google and on Twitter at CMQ. I'm sorry. We changed our name. It was a big thing. You can find us on Twitter at CMQ Network. All one word. CMQ Network. Where we're doing a very rapid expansion. That was not Nick. He's apparently kidnapped. That was Brandon, My Hero Academia, blowing his arm off for the victory. That was Glenn, setting up ominous plots in the background. And this was Tyler vagrantly cheating so he can get more money. And we'll see you next week with another session of Casual Quest Masters. And don't forget to never stop the quest. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us for today's episode of Casual Quest Masters. Thank you so much to you, our listeners, for being here, and to Syrinscape for allowing us to utilize their amazing programs for sounds and music. Check them out at Syrinscape.com. We hope to see you here next time for the next episode of Casual Quest Masters.